I'm going to take this off because I'm at home myself and I don't need it. Hi, everybody. How are you? My name's Bev Watford. I'm going to be delivering the information session for the College of Engineering. I'm going to start a PowerPoint in just 1 second so that you can see what I'm talking about. Let's see. Go there and share the screen like that. Okay. Anyway, my name's Bev Watford. As I said, I'm with the College of Engineering here at Virginia Tech, and I am going to deliver a fairly short information session about the College of Engineering. Yeah. So what does it take to be an engineer? When we ask the students, this is the information that they give us. It takes a very creative person. It takes a lot of teamwork. The students are constantly working with each other on different projects. Our engineers have good study habits. They have an interest in math and science. You don't have to like it, love it. We just have to be able to do it. And students typically come to us from a challenging high school background. They've taken a lot of AP and IB credits and things like that. We'll get students with dual enrollments from community colleges, and we'll get students that haven't done that. It's a wide range of experience that our students bring. The average information for the class that entered this past fall of 2019, we haven't hit census date yet for this fall. But basically, the average reported GPA of 4.2 out of 5. SAT, you can see the math and the reading, 707 and 655. We're about 20% females in the class of in the fall of 2019, and about 29, 30% underrepresented or underserved students. So, general engineering. Basically, it's a common entry point in classes. All of our students come into the university in general engineering. We do not admit directly to majors. Then after they complete their freshman year, typically they will select and enter the degree program of their choice. But one of the reasons we like that is because we have so many different engineering majors here, and students don't even know about many of it. It tends to give the students a chance to explore and investigate other engineering fields that they might not have known anything about. So we like that. As I mentioned, we accept all kinds of credit. We've got students coming in with transfer credit, AB, IP, CLEP, all kinds of things. If you go to the Virginia Tech website and you just type in transfer guide, it'll pull up the transfer equivalency database, and you can look and see, for example, if you want to take a particular class at a particular institution, you want to know if it will transfer to Virginia Tech, you can go to that database and actually look and see, has it been transferred before? If a class is not listed in that database, then that does not mean it won't transfer. It just means that no one else has tried to transfer that course, and we would have to get it evaluated. But that's a really great resource that you can get to the AP course table, where literally they'll say, if you took this AP course and this test and you got this score, then this is the class that you will get credit for at Virginia Tech. So it's pretty straightforward and easy to use. We have general education requirements for all of our undergraduate students. It's called Pathways, and it basically ensures that all Virginia Tech students, regardless of the major that they select, all these Virginia Tech students have basically the same kinds of experiences. Everybody's taking science classes. Everybody's taking math classes of some sort. Everybody is taking humanities and social science classes and global studies classes and a diversity course, things like that. It's students can choose the class that they wish to use to satisfy the requirements, but it is kind of this general set of general education requirements for all students. Sometime in March, typically we will ask students what major they would like to pursue. March is the time frame where students will be selecting their course for the fall semester. So you kind of have to know by that time, what is it that you'd like to study so that you can pick the correct courses for the next fall. You will actually apply for the different degree programs at the end of the spring semester, and we will typically move students by late May. They will have their major changed. It is a competitive environment. We have some majors that are really over-enrolled at this point, but the rules are that if you have a 3.0, you are guaranteed your first choice. If you have below a 3.0, we have a set number of students that we're placing in each curriculum based on the number of faculty. We're trying to keep the student-faculty ratio at a reasonable number. So if you're below a 3.0, there's no guarantee that you will get the major that you wish for. You might get a second choice or a third choice. It's completely up to you. Majors that are over-enrolled, I can tell you, very difficult, very, very competitive would be mechanical engineering. Aerospace engineering is very competitive. Computer science is very competitive. But again, all you got to do is shoot for that 3.0, that B average in your grades, and you'll be fine. In the freshman year, the students take a sequence of classes, fall and spring, called Foundations of Engineering. That's basically kind of the introductory engineering course. It's fundamental engineering skills, data collection and analysis. You do a lot of problem solving, problem definition, problem solving, modeling. They learn how to use different design tools and different programming tools, professional practices, ethics, things like that. And then, of course, we review the different engineering majors that students can select from for their Here's some numbers for you. You can see where our students are. The freshman engineering class of 2019, where did they end up? This engineering education that you see right here, that 3,090, that is basically not just freshman engineering students, but any student who has not moved from general engineering to a degree granting program. So that's why that number tends to be very large. You see mechanical is very, very large. Computer science, you may have heard about the tech talent pipeline. We're trying to increase the number of computer scientists and computer engineers that graduate from Virginia Tech to satisfy the needs for the Amazon HQ2 that will be located in Northern Virginia. But again, you see all the different majors that we've got. I guarantee you there are very few people that know what engineering, science, and mechanics is. And actually, that was not a good one to choose because that degree program is actually going away in a couple of years. But construction engineering and management versus civil engineering. How do you know which one of those you would like to do? Material science and engineering. They create new materials. They discover uses of existing materials. You've got industrial and systems engineering, where they're going to let me tell it this way. This is one of the reasons I really like engineering. Is within each engineering field, there are subfields, right? Subdisciplines within each field. So in industrial and systems engineering, what we have here, we've got a manufacturing group, we've got a human factors group, ergonomics, we have a systems engineering, and we have operations research. So 4 different subdisciplines within industrial and systems engineering. And the way that it works is the students basically all take the same classes their freshman year and pretty much the same classes their sophomore year. When you get into the junior year, now your schedule will say, well, you need to take these 3 required courses and then pick 3 electives. And you can choose what electives you wish. So if you're interested, for example, in ergonomics or human factors, you would pick your electives from the list of human factors courses. And for those that don't know what human factors is, think of it as designing the world for the people that live in it. You get a lot of ergonomics when it comes to things like, for example, automobile design, right? They have to design an automobile that pretty much everybody can drive. Short people, tall people, small people. So they have to come up with a design where it fits everybody or that it can be adjusted to fit everybody. And a lot of times designs are for certain groups. The story I always remember about a car is my dad went out to buy a car one time and came home with an Austin Healey, which is a British sports car, a 2-seater. It had little half seats in the back, but my family has 6 kids. So it was really kind of funny when he came home with this car. But the interesting thing about the car is that even after I was fully grown, I could not drive that car. And the reason why was that the seat didn't come up close enough to the pedals for me to reach the pedals. The car was designed for men, grown men, who men tend to be taller. So my dad could easily drive it. My brother could easily drive it. Not one of the girls could drive it because we're all kind of on the vertically challenged side of things. But anyway, that's human factors. And I can tell you the same thing about civil engineering. Think of civil engineering. You've got transportation, you've got environmental engineering, you've got construction, you've got the geotechnical people, all these different subfields within civil engineering. So it's really, you can tailor your degree for the type of job that you want to have within the engineering field that you want to pursue. So anyway, those are the numbers. Let's move on, see what's next. Come on, thank you. So opportunities, what kinds of things do we have for the students? There's actually quite a lot that we do. What you're looking at here is a tour of the Trek Lab being given by one of the grad students, Alex. But there's all kinds of different things that students can do and get involved in and be a part of while at Virginia Tech. So I'm going to talk about them. One would be minors. Obviously, you can pursue a minor in many, many different fields. These are the ones that are available in the College of Engineering. But within the university, you could get a minor, for example, in political science or business or music or theater or pretty much anything. One of the things I tell students is, this is a pay one price institution. Right? You come here for the fall semester. Somebody pays for the fall semester, and it doesn't matter how many classes you take, as long as you're over 12 credits is full time, and you can take as many classes as you like. So I'm always telling students, you might as well explore. Take classes that look interesting to you, and gain, just whatever you'd like to do, whatever you'd like to study. There is no limit to the number of minors. I talked to a young lady yesterday, I believe it was, she had 4 minors, which I thought was very interesting. We've also got undergraduate research. So what that means is, let's suppose you go into class one day and the professor says something and you're like, oh, that really sounded kind of cool. I would like to know more about that. And so you go up to the professor after class, and hopefully first time you said anything interesting to me. No, what you do is you say, that was really, I'm really interested in this. Would it be possible for me to visit your lab and talk to you about it? And often the professors will invite students back to their labs. You can talk to the grad students and other students working in the labs. You can do research for pay. Sometimes they will pay you. You can do it for credit, like for a technical elective. You could do it for free, just because you like working in the lab. But undergraduate research is a great way to really explore different fields and disciplines within the engineering degree program. We've also got study abroad. Obviously, we're not doing much of that right now, but we do have a really strong study abroad program. RSAP, which is the Rising Sophomore Abroad program, is a real great opportunity for freshmen to take a class in the spring to study. And then after the end of the spring semester, they go abroad for about 3 weeks to visit different engineering firms all around the world, literally South Africa, New Zealand, Europe, China. We had students going all over. Tend to be smallish groups, like 20, 25 students and a couple of faculty. We have all kinds of professional societies for students. Within, for example, industrial engineering, you've got the Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers, you've got the Society of Manufacturing Engineers, you've got the Human Factors Society, you've got all kinds, Alpha Pi Mu, which is the IE Honor Society, and those are just some professional groups associated with industrial engineering. Each of the other groups has them as well. And then there's some college-wide ones like Tau Beta Pi, which is the Engineering Honor Society. So all kinds of things like that. And anybody can join any of the different groups. Again, it's a way to explore a particular engineering field. All kinds of other engineering organizations that are on campus. We've got just a broad range of things that students can participate in. So that's something that I encourage as well. Here's the information I told you about the Rising Sophomore Abroad. We did not do it this past fall, but we will, when travel resumes, we will be going back again. But these are some of the countries that the students visited. You can see the logistics. It's anywhere between $2,000 and $4,200 per trip. And it's really a great experience. The students had a great time. Internships and co-ops. Obviously, we really want our students to be employed. Summer internships, fall semester internships, all kinds of different opportunities. The next week, I believe it's the week of September 14th, is our Engineering Expo, and that is our student-run career fair. We will have over 300 companies that are coming. Well, they're not coming. We're doing this through a software platform this year called Brazen, but they will be interviewing our students and hiring our students, both full-time hires and co-ops or internships. So we really want our students to have experience. And in fact, when it comes time to look for a full-time job, the employers are looking to see what kind of experience the student has had while they were still in college. So that's something to keep in mind. These are just some of the companies that our students work for. There are tons of them, though. As I said, career fair, this is Engineering Expo. It's a wonderful opportunity for students to actually go in, talk to recruiters, and look for jobs. Their career fairs, Engineering Expo is in September. Then we have another engineering career fair in February called Career Fest. And then you'll find that a lot of the different disciplines and or departments will have their own career fairs. So for example, there's an aerospace industry career fair. There's a construction career fair. There's a computer science, computer engineering career fair. So there are others. There's multiple opportunities for students to find jobs. GALILEO and HYPATIA these are our living learning communities. GALILEO is the living learning community for men. HYPATIA is the living learning community for women. It is targeted at freshmen. You may have heard in other sessions, there are living learning communities all over campus, and they have different themes almost. So you've got, for example, the Corps of Cadets is a living learning community. It's a group of people that have something in common, so they are living together. There's one called the leadership community, for example. There is, and as I said, HYPATIA and GALILEO are the ones that we use for engineering. We have probably about 600 freshmen that elect to live in Hogue Hall, and then about 200 upper class students who work with the freshmen, providing peer mentoring and academic support and professional development activities, etc. We have a studio, as you can see right there in our lab in the residence hall. That's Studio 1. It's a makerspace where students can go in, and all kinds of hand and power tools, sewing machines, cameras, 3D cameras, all kinds of different things that students can use for their design projects. So this is a great, great program. I can tell you that we have excellent graduation rates from GALILEO and HYPATIA. And again, I'm not implying that if you don't live there, you won't graduate. That's not true. But our students in GALILEO and HYPATIA typically graduate around 85 to 88%. The College of Engineering's graduation rate is more about 74%. So we're getting there. Let's see. Peer mentoring and STEP, these are two other opportunities that students can take advantage of. Peer mentoring is exactly what it sounds like. We hire upper class engineering students, successful students, to serve as peer mentors for groups of freshmen, typically a team of freshmen, maybe about 5 to 7, and they're there to answer questions about anything. I mean, they have been in Virginia Tech for a year or more. They've lived in Blacksburg for a year or more, so they can tell you all about the town. They can tell you about churches. They can tell you about shopping. They can tell you about classes, why they chose the major they chose, what classes they took and electives they really liked. Just sharing information. It's a very structured program. We actually have meetings with the peer mentors on a weekly basis to give them information to then share with the freshmen. Make sure that the students are kept up to date and they know deadlines and things like that. The STEP program is a summer bridge program. If you think about it, STEP stands for Student Transition to Engineering Program. So it's basically a program designed, it's 5 weeks over the summer. Students come to Blacksburg and they pretend to be engineering students. We treat them like engineering students. They're taking calculus and chemistry and introduction to engineering, the foundations course, and learning about Virginia Tech. So it's kind of like a boot camp for engineers. It gives you the chance to see what is it going to be like to be a freshman engineering student at Virginia Tech before it counts. So you can see and you can, learn more about yourself away from home, where there's nobody to get you up in the morning, nobody to tell you when or how. It's all on your decision. So, and I only have 2 rules in the STEP program. One is be where you're supposed to be, on time and awake. And the other is don't do anything inappropriate. And so basically the students are all hanging out. It's really kind of interesting watching them. The first week they come and they're all happy to be in Blacksburg and having a great time and staying up all night and using their super soakers out on the drill field and playing LOL and all kinds of stuff. And then, they have that first test on Friday, and those are some really sad students over the weekend because they didn't do as well as they hoped. But that's where we try to explain that you can't, in high school, I know what it was like. In first period, you did your homework for second period, and in second period, you studied for the third period test, and you got fantastic grades all around. It doesn't work like that here. If you've got a chemistry test on Friday, you best start studying on Monday. You can't learn 3 chapters of chemistry overnight. And it really shocks students a lot when they see how different it is in college versus high school. So that's what the STEP program is for. And then we have a lot of companies that come in and interact with the program. GE always comes and does a leadership weekend with the STEP students. You meet faculty. There are opportunities to have lunches with faculty, to attend seminars from the different degree programs so that you can learn about some of the other degree programs. So obviously we did it this summer virtually. It was a 3-week virtual program, but I think the students really liked it. And I know it was really good to see the students, even if it was just online. But hopefully we will be back on campus by next summer. We have a lot of toys. I always talk about our toys. One of the benefits of being at a Research One institution, which Virginia Tech is that we have money to provide these types of experiences for our students. So the Wear Lab, actually have 2 facilities now. There's the Wear Lab and then there's AEDL, the Aerospace Design Lab. And within the Wear Lab, for example, these are all different kinds of toys. We've got a steel bridge team. So there's mostly civil engineers, but anybody can participate. And they participate in a nationwide competition with other schools, where the idea is that they have to be able to build a bridge that will hold so much weight and then be able to dismantle it. And you're asking yourself, so why would they do that? Well, think of military operations where you're moving troops and personnel and things, where you have to build a bridge, use it, and then take it down because you don't want people coming after you. So that's the kind of activity. That's the Formula car. We actually have a Formula SAE car. You're looking at the human-powered submarine up there in the upper right. And I'm not even sure what those guys are working on. And I think that might be the Baja vehicle, the all-terrain Baja SAE car. But there's all kinds of autonomous vehicles. We've got autonomous ground vehicles, water vehicles, air vehicles. There's a hybrid electric vehicle team, all kinds of different activities. Any student that wants to can participate in any of these activities. You don't even have to be in engineering. A lot of times students will also do something in these activities for credit for a class, like a technical elective or their senior design program. So that's just something. But again, these are extracurricular activities that we enable our students to participate in. It tends to be fun. So we have a really good retention rate, as I mentioned. We have a really good graduation rate, but this is our first to second year retention, about 90%. After graduation, these are the ones that told us what they were doing. About 74% were employed. 13% or so intended to attend graduate school. Median starting salary, $70,000. We know engineers make good money. Computer requirements. The best thing I can tell you about this is if you can, hold off to buy your computer at the very last minute, like June before you come type of thing, or July. They tend to make technological advances in the spring, so we typically will have new computer requirements. But you can purchase your computer anywhere you want. You can purchase any kind of computer you want, whether it's a Mac or an Apple, a digital, HP, Dell. You can buy whatever you'd like. The main things that they want you to be able to have, you have to have digital inking capability. You have to be able to write on the computer. A lot of assignments are done electronically, where the teacher, the instructor will send it to you via email, and you finish it and send it back via email. So wait to buy your computer, and I think you will be fine with that. Buy it anywhere you want, Walmart, Best Buy, or the bookstore right on campus, either one. Here is some information for you, about engineering at Virginia Tech. You can take a picture of that and just explore engineering. You can learn more. Directly following this presentation, this recording, there will be a question and answer of frequently asked questions from our Dean's team. And then from 1 to 2 today, there will be department presentations. So each department, each degree program will have its own Zoom room, and you'll be able to interact with the department there. Okay. It says, click on the Zoom link listed for the department of your choice at 1 p.m. Watch a 5 to 10 minute presentation and then ask any questions you may have. And then at 1:20, you can switch to another department and another department every 20 minutes. So for an hour, so you could theoretically within 1 hour attend 3 different presentations for 3 different degree programs. Okay. And that's all I have to say. I hope you have enjoyed this session. I hope you have a great day today. Stay safe and healthy, and take care from Blacksburg. Bye-bye. Bye.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, how's everyone doing?
Doing well.
All right, so let's give everyone a brief little introduction as to who we are. So I'll kick it off first. So for everyone, my name is Ali Rocha. I'm a 5th year here at Virginia Tech, double majoring in industrial and systems engineering and theater arts.
I can go next. My name is Henry Brown. I'm a junior here at Virginia Tech, and I'm majoring in civil and environmental engineering.
I'm William Graves. I'm a junior in mechanical engineering, and I'm also minoring in computer science.
I'm Emma, and I'm a senior here, majoring in biological systems engineering, and I'm doing a double minor in interdisciplinary science and engineering and green engineering.
That sounds awesome. So one of the first things I bet everyone is probably asking about us is, why did we all come here to Virginia Tech? So I guess one reason I want to start it off is that for me, my stepdad came here to Virginia Tech. And so I guess I've always kind of been a Hokie. It's always been something around me. So I kind of always knew about the school, and it just, when it came to college decisions, I knew it was right for me.
Yeah, for me, it's a very logical decision. My college search process was maybe a little bit too expansive. My first list was something like 60 schools, but it was very easy for me to narrow it down and choose Virginia Tech because I'm in-state, so it's a great value. It's one of the best programs in the region, especially for civil engineering, and the beautiful campus. I really felt like I could imagine myself going to school here, and here I am a couple of years down the road, and it's been a great decision for me.
And for me, it was really related to, I guess, the number of opportunities I saw here. I came from a fairly small high school. I had a graduating class size of just 33 people, so we didn't really have many engineering experiences. I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to qualify for a lot of higher ranked programs, but when I was touring colleges, there was a pretty common story that all of the seniors and team leads and really advanced, or people who were making some fairly advanced decisions and had some pretty good responsibilities on projects, all started with no experience. So I thought it would be easier for me to sort of get my own position I wanted here.
So I'm actually all the way from Rhode Island, and at first Virginia Tech wasn't really on my radar. However, my uncle made me apply because he's a big football fan, and when I came to visit, I immediately knew this was where I wanted to go.
That's awesome, guys. Well, I'm glad that like no matter where we're all from, we can all still come here to Virginia Tech and find our place here. So have any of you guys participated in any internships or co-ops? And if so, like what was it like?
I can kick that one off if you want. My freshman summer, I did an internship with General Dynamics Electric Boat, and it was working on this new submarine. So it was really cool to get in there early. And now I'm set up to do an internship this winter with National Ground Intelligence, analyzing biothreats. So I'm super excited about that.
So I've had, currently I had a co-op with GE Aviation, I think during my sophomore year. That was definitely a lot of fun. I was able to work at one of their manufacturing plants in South Carolina. And I actually got to be pretty involved in analyzing their manufacturing processes and trying to apply lean manufacturing principles there.
Yeah, I've had 2 summer internships so far with civil engineering consulting firms. This past summer was with Kimley Horn, and the summer before was with Bowman Consulting Group. And I think the best thing about it is I've been able to see just how strong the reputation is for Virginia Tech engineers, especially with how many companies come to the engineering fairs and especially the major specific fairs, and how much they want Hokie engineers to intern with them.
That's so true. Like I know someone who's pretty much interned at like every single company. We go everywhere, especially with all of our diverse majors. It's honestly amazing. So gearing now away from academics, what else do you guys do around campus? I know for me, like I'm part of the theme park engineering and design group, so that's something I'm personally a fan of. But what other clubs and organizations are you guys part of on campus?
So for me, the best organization that I joined is Theta Tau. So we're a professional co-ed engineering fraternity, and it sounds like a very niche group, but for me, it's really made my engineering experience worth it. I think the best thing about it is just being able to meet and get to know so many engineers in my major or similar majors very well, and take the lessons that they've learned and apply them to what I'm doing now. So whether it's something like what class should I take, or what professors would be better for me, or something casual like where's the best places to go get food in Blacksburg, or what are your favorite study spots. Just being able to have those kinds of connections professionally and socially have been a highlight of my experience here at Tech.
One thing that I've been fairly involved in, especially over the past couple of years, is just doing research with the Dreams Lab. I've always been interested in additive manufacturing and just 3D printing various things. So it's pretty nice to be able to actually go in and start researching new materials and new processes and just try to improve them and make them work in a way that industry can use.
And I've been in a few different things. I've been on a design team where we actually made a device for NASA. And I've volunteered for College Mentors for Kids because I really like working with little kids. And then lastly, I'm involved in Greek life. I'm in a sorority, and I really like that we can balance all the technical hobbies with being social on campus.
That's so cool. So especially since this video is probably geared more towards people who want to come to Virginia Tech, what are some things that you would recommend to people that are in their junior or senior year of high school that are looking to go into engineering?
Well, I'd personally recommend people make the most of their high school experience. And that's just kind of like a comprehensive thing. So that means taking a very rigorous course load. But for me, what was most important was taking the next step in the different clubs I was in. So that was taking a leadership position going into my junior year, going into my senior year. And I didn't always make every leadership position that I got into, but not only does it look great on your transcript and like as a college application, but it's also a valuable experience that I've been able to translate now into leadership positions I've had here at Tech.
And adding on to what Henry said, I would say you want to get comfortable meeting new people, talking to big crowds, work on your communication skills, and then also do something you're interested in. Have something to talk about with interviewers or when you meet new people.
Yeah, those are all great tips. So another thing people think of is classes, because definitely the rigor of academic classes are a lot different from going to high school to college. So what's something you would recommend in terms of like AP or IB classes when going from high school to college?
So personally, I was not at a school that offered a lot of AP classes, but I would definitely recommend to take at least what is offered, a portion of them, so that when they look at your transcript, they won't punish you for, say, I didn't have AP physics. They didn't punish me for not taking it because I couldn't, but it was definitely nice that I got to take, say, bio, so that I was exposed to some higher level material once I got here.
Yeah, like Emmanuel said, it's really all about what you make of your schedule. It's not like if your school doesn't offer 35 different AP classes in every single subject area you can imagine. Showing that you want to strive to be the best student that you can is really the great thing to look for. It also tests you, so it'll be able to prepare you better for those college level classes. And they're not an exact parallel, but it'll be a much more rigorous level, and you'll have much higher study standards and better practices in the classroom for when you do get into school.
Yeah, for sure. So, and even I think once you get to Virginia Tech, we have so many resources here that can help you gain those study skills if that's something you didn't get in high school. One of those things that we like to talk about here is HYPATIA and GALILEO, which are two living learning communities that we have here at Virginia Tech. Have any of you guys participated in those or can tell us more about it?
Yeah, I participated in Galileo my freshman and sophomore year. Honestly, I have to say it's a program I recommend to everyone who's applying to the College of Engineering. Pretty much when I came in, I had my own mentee group, so there were, I think, 5 other freshmen just who were interested in various majors, and we just met every week just for the first 10 weeks, and we learned more about pretty much just how to function as a college student. So how do you prepare for a technical, or how do you prepare for a career fair or an interview, or how do you approach an instructor to ask for help or go to office hours, or even how to do laundry or just where to go to eat around campus. It was a really nice resource to just get someone who could help you around campus.
Yeah, I was also involved with the female version, which is HYPATIA, and we share a dorm with Galileo as well, have the same sort of mentor group system. And I think the biggest benefit was not just meeting a good core group of friends that I'm still good friends with today, but also definitely having the confidence going into engineering expo and job interviews that I definitely would not have had I not lived in HYPATIA.
Awesome. Yeah, so do you guys know how to apply by any chance to HYPATIA and GALILEO?
I think the resources should be online. I know it's pretty easy. They only ask for a little bit to write about yourself and tell the expectations of what you need to do if you live there.
All
Yeah,
right.
and heads up, it is a first come first served basis, so there's limited space in the residence hall where Galileo and HYPATIA are. So I personally applied, and I was a little too late to it, so I was still on the wait list, and I didn't end up getting in. So if that's a top priority for you, definitely apply early. But if you don't get in, I mean, I'm still here now, so I think it turned out okay.
That's awesome. So with all these resources that are available, what is the percentage of students that go on to a second year of engineering? like, would you say it's relatively high here with all of the available resources that we have compared to other universities?
It's actually, yeah, it's a very high number. Isn't it something like 90 or 95% of students go on from freshman to sophomore year? And then I think if you're in Galileo or Hypatia, it's somewhere around 99%, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I know there's a reputation of engineering being like a weed out major. They just try to kick you out of the major as soon as you show up, but it's really not like that. And all of my friends who I made freshman year moved on to second year in engineering. So it's definitely very possible to get into your second year.
Yeah, and it's definitely just, we have so many different resources that you can just reach out and find any of them that you need. And that's one of the reasons I definitely came to Virginia Tech, just the availability of all those resources. And I guess to kind of end it off, do you have any advice or words of wisdom for anyone looking at Virginia Tech and eager to make that last step to hit that application button?
I guess all I have to say is this really is home. And I thought it was cheesy at first, but if you come here, you will feel like your family is everywhere.
Yeah, I would say that the number one thing to look for is not just in the rankings. I looked too much at the hard numbers when I was thinking about a school, but I would look at the kind of community that is there. And the thing that I think has led like to me succeeding here at Tech has been how much other people care about me, and that whether it's professors or other students or just people in Blacksburg, it's really been a huge part of it and has made me want to work harder and has made just the quality of life as a student so much better.
I guess kind of going off of that point too, pretty much everyone here does want to help you succeed. This isn't a weed out program again, so everyone does genuinely try to help you as much as they possibly can. It's pretty much open office hour policies, so you can go to any instructor or any TA at pretty much any point for any of your classes if you need help or just a different explanation for material. There are study groups for practically every class, so it's pretty common that you just go in the first day of classes and people are already setting up some kind of a group me chat or something else just so that they can work together and try to figure out homework problems in the future together as well.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time and for answering all these questions. I'm sure everyone at home is greatly appreciating all of this. And I'll let you guys get back to studying and whatever else you got to do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Talking to everyone.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to Virginia Tech, home to many incredible engineering buildings. This tour will give you a quick glimpse at the buildings that house our programs. First, we'll go to Hancock Hall. Hancock Hall was built in 1990 and renovated in 2002 to provide laboratories and a gas handling area for the Materials Engineering program. The College of Engineering Academic Affairs offices are located in this building, as well as the Center for the Enhancement of Engineering Diversity. The main atrium has plenty of space to study and work on group projects. Located on the top level of Hancock Hall is Phantom 4, a human-powered submarine design project from 2001 to 2003. Also on the top level of Hancock Hall is where you would go to participate in an information session for the College of Engineering. Next to Hancock is Randolph Hall. Randolph Hall was constructed in two sections. The west section was completed in 1952, and the east section was added in 1959. Randolph Hall houses the Aerospace and Ocean Engineering Department, as well as a 6-foot-tall stability wind tunnel acquired by NASA in 1958. There are many research spaces in Randolph Hall, including the Frith Lab, which is a space designed to support first-year engineering students. Across the path from Randolph is Holden Hall. Holden Hall was originally constructed in 1940 and housed the Mining and Minerals Engineering program and the Materials Science and Engineering program. It is currently being renovated and reconstructed. Some new and improved building features will be a Center for Autonomous Mining and Robotics, a new computational space, and new labs dedicated to semiconductors, polymers, ceramics, and metals. The construction is expected to be completed in November 2021. Next to Holden is McBride Hall. McBride Hall was completed in 1971 with a 560-seat auditorium added in 1973, and the auditorium was recently renovated in 2015. McBride is an academic building that contains classrooms and offices, including the Department of Computer Science, as well as departments from other colleges. The building is a compass of sorts. Each of its entrances faces due north, south, east, and west. Across the street from McBride is Kelly Hall. Opened in 2009, Kelly Hall houses the Institute for Critical Technology and Applied Science, which supports and promotes cutting-edge research at the intersection of engineering, science, and medicine. The building includes engineering-led research laboratories, offices, and workspaces. Heading down the road from Kelly is Torgerson Hall. Torgerson Hall was completed in 2000. It houses offices, laboratory space, classrooms, space for televised distance learning, and 2 auditoriums. The main office for the Dean of the College of Engineering is in Torgerson Hall. The first floor includes an atrium with computer hookups that serves as electronic study courts, and the building joins Newman Library via an enclosed bridge that spans Alumni Mall and provides reading room space. On the drill field, we'll arrive at Patton Hall. The first story of Patton Hall was completed in 1926, and 3 additional floors were added 3 years later. It houses classrooms, most faculty offices, and administrative offices of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Heading away from the drill field, we'll get to Bishop Favreau Hall. Bishop Favreau Hall was completed in December 2007 and serves the facility needs of the Department of Building Construction and the Myers-Lawson School of Construction. The building houses administrative and faculty offices and provides classroom space, seminar rooms, and studios. The building itself was designed to be a teaching tool. The structural elements that are usually hidden behind walls and ceiling panels in other buildings are exposed and labeled. Heading down Perry Street, next is Whittemore Hall. The first 3 floors of Whittemore Hall were completed in 1971, and 3 additional stories were completed in 1985. Whittemore Hall is used for academic classrooms and laboratories, largely for the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. The 3rd floor is surrounded by a large outdoor patio with several picnic benches and connects via bridges to Durham Hall and Hancock Hall. Next to Whittemore is Durham Hall. Durham opened to classes in spring of 1998 and contains laboratories, offices, and classrooms for various departments in the College of Engineering, particularly the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering. Across the parking lot from Durham is Goodwin Hall. Finished in June 2014, Goodwin Hall is the flagship building for the College of Engineering. It houses 40 instructional and research labs, 8 classrooms, the Quillen Family Auditorium, and 150 offices for several engineering departments, including chemical engineering, engineering education, and mechanical engineering. Goodwin Hall is a groundbreaking experiment to measure even the smallest vibrations made inside the building. The project is designed as a test bed to track data related to building design and security, occupancy monitoring for emergency response, structural health monitoring, and more. One of the structure's main attractions has been the 14,000-pound Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 jet engine hanging above the first floor atrium. The engine, a donation by the London-based engine builder, is a learning tool for engineering students. Heading diagonally across campus to the other side of the drill field, we'll get to Sites Hall. Sites Hall is an academic building on the Ag Quad and home to the Department of Biological Systems Engineering and houses many classrooms and laboratories. Thank you for joining us on our quick tour of our main engineering buildings. We hope to see you on campus soon. Go Hokies!